And fall in, my fellow Scout Troopers. I am Micka here from Scouts of Entertainment. Glad to have you with me today at Napoleon Total War 3. It's a nice 4v4 at 1814 Montmirail. Pleasure replay comes from Drusco. His allies today are Transmagus, Isaias, Stan. Their opponents today are Nicotine Reliance, the Screaming Emu, Huxley, and Clarky Boy. Now we can see Drusco's factions and that of his teammates, but can't see the enemies, unfortunately. So, Drusco here is commanding France España, 1811, in fact. His other ally here is France Flanders, and I think it's a 9-pointer, if that's what that means. We have here France Autriche, and we have here Polska. So, it's like So Juicy or So Junici. I think So Juicy when I read that, I don't know. It's so close to it, that's why I think that. Okay, now I'll give you guys a brief look at the enemy's factions. It appears to be a cross between England and Spain, this one. Over here, this one is UK.Portugal. I know that sigil anywhere, or that flag anywhere. And funnily enough, those are the only flags I see. Yeah, it's possible all the allies are, maybe we have two armies of this same faction. Looks like I've got an Austria faction over here as well, coming into view. Their points today, there are no points, suggesting this is a death match, or there is an agreement between the players that each building here represents 1 point. Although I'm reaching, I don't know if that's for sure. That rule seems to be depending upon the players of the match. You know, it's not a rule set in stone, I believe. So until someone tells me otherwise, I'm going to assume this is a death match. Anyway. Looks like Drusco here is marching out his cav just to sort of scout the area. He's marching up in force, so in the event that he gets ambushed, he'll have reinforcements nearby. He can just amass at a moment's notice and crush any potential enemy that's thrown at him. Now I've got some lancers here, a mini unit of lancers. These units here are probably the best suited for stealth attacks. You know, artillery strikes, general strikes. They're pretty much useless in a cav-on-cav engagement, unless they're cav units of the same size, roughly. But yeah, that seems to be the only real purpose of a unit this size, you know? These ones here, not too bad, moderately sized, but some chasseurs, light, fast cavalry, some mid-tier dragoons, not too bad there. We have some chasseurs, which have the word luck in them, so maybe they're lucky, who knows. Some civiliers, mid-tier cav. Mid to light tier cav seems to be what the most of the French players have brought today. We've got a 6-pounder. Looks like we might have a few 6-pounder crews here. This one looks like it's a team of 3. Yeah, it is. So he's brought 5 6-pounder cannons here. Actually, 1 6-pounder cannon crew, 1 8-pounder. Bit of arty behind him. And this guy here does not have a lot of cavalry, so he's going to have to leave 1 or 2 units to defend his general and infantry. He's only got a couple of cav units, maybe 3. Ortish. Yeah, there's 3 units that belong to him. Well, they're fast, but Drusco might need his support up front. And if he loses his cav, then he's got nothing to defend his rear and his artillery. What's happened here? Oh, UK.Portugal destroyed him. Now, what Drusco and his allies here need to be careful of is pretty much every single unit, which is a real pain in the ass in the English army, can form a square. Which is also helpful, so you know, you're not dumb enough to just charge cavalry into English units. You've got to be aware that most of them can always form squares, so if you do somehow manage to get a charge on them, it's only because 1, that unit has lost too many soldiers to form a square, or 2, the player commanding them is not paying attention at the time. Those are the only 2 ways you'll get a charge off on most English units, in my opinion. If there are other ways, by all means list them in the description below. Then I am more than happy to employ those strategies in the future. Now, they're approaching, but we are ways off from an engagement. Looks like they've taken control of the crossroads here. The infantry is not headed this way. Oh, actually, sorry. France Autriche is heading this way. His ally is gone a bit too far, I think, to the northwest. He probably needs to fall back and link up with his ally here. Maybe he should, you know, just form up a line, but sort of curve his line towards the tree line here. This should provide him some protection, not much, but a little protection from cav charges. It also gives him a clear fallback position, you know. They can just retreat this way if need be. Now, right now, both teams are sort of just eyeing each other, trying to goat the other into a premature cav charge.
We have taken a building, sir.
Let's have a look. There are usually clear giveaways to heavy and elite cavalry, and I'm not seeing it so far. I'm seeing mid-tier cav, mid to light tier cavalry so far. Metal plating is a clear giveaway of an elite cav unit. Who do we have here? Is this a general? No, I can't. No, it looks like a general. And if he's here, then the infantry or cavalry's got to be really close by. And that it is. We've got two French units by themselves. Both can form squares, so you know they'll be fine going up against all that cavalry. France here has gone way to the left here. Some Mamelukes. Yeah, he's just going to be eyeing a strike on the general already later on. Just kind of hoping they go unnoticed, at least for now. Or long enough for the enemy to forget about them, because that can happen. A lot of players sort of rely on that strategy a lot. And because it works, it's tried and tested. A player can forget about a potential enemy unit if they're drawn to another battle later on. And not even realize until it's too late. So we'll do a small cut here, guys, and we'll come back once the first real engagement is about to begin. And it looks to be now. England's going to engage France here. And France is going to pull back, so we had a premature engagement. France was getting in really close there. England was forming up. They seemed to easily outnumber him, which is why France is obviously retreating right now. You know, England.Portugal is a tough SOB. One of the best factions in NTW3. A lot of people favour it, myself included. They're really good. But you can get cocky. As you'll see in a previous replay that I would have posted recently, where I was using it. But they can be defeated. They're just a really good faction to use. They're very user friendly and a great faction for beginners to start with, I reckon. Okay, Druska here has deployed some stakes out front. This is the first. The artillery crew is standing in front of the cannon. It's got to be a glitch of some kind, you'd have to think. God bless those boys, because their bodies are about to be turned to mush. At first I thought Pulse could deploy his artillery directly behind his infantry. And that would have been funny. Instead he's moving his infantry to the right flank to fire on the enemy cavalry, which seems to be amassing. He's going to try and thin them out a little bit, give his cavalry a greater chance of victory later on when he's forced to commit. Austria does have a lot of good cav at their disposal. They got heavy cav at least here. I see enough of those guys to recognise them. Mid-tier units there. And more heavy cavalry. And these are his lights for sure. Alright, here we go. Austria's coming in. They force Polska's hand. Polska's charging in with their own heavy cavalry. Now Polska here forms square. He's trying to get his infantry in to provide some nice flanking fire, but he's being harassed by Austrian cavalry trying to keep them busy. I think France, yep, France-Austria has also joined the party here. And I think they're chasing off Austria. Jeez, I thought that maybe that was the Austrian general there for a second. I think that is the Austrian general. And Polska's in pursuit of him, but we got elite cavalry coming in from Austria. Those are the cuirassiers, I believe. Now, I think Polska and France might have hit a wall here. It might be time to pull back. And we've got a counter-attack from the Austrians. Polska is trying to retreat their forces. Their artillery is not too far away, and oh, okay, it's turning. It's turning. Polska cavalry trying to come in to try and keep them busy long enough for the artillery to turn around. Here we go. No, it's a miss. I don't know where that was gone, but it didn't hit over here. And now they're gone. Oh, no, they're not. They broke. They broke with a reinforcement unit from Polska. We had one left in reserve.
Our men are running.
Jeez. How these guys break? They're looking strong. They're going to get caught in that square, so he's going to lose more of them. I don't think this unit's going to come back to the battle. Now, we have England over here. England, Spain coming over here. It's a massacre. These guys have only lost 5 men. They've been in the thick of the action so far. But that's how effective a square can be. This is obviously a good quality unit. Austria here breaking some of the France's reinforcements. So all in all, a great start here for Polska. He fought well. It looks like, what do we got here? These guys here. Some Voltigeurs, okay. So they lost almost half their number. It looks like they were picked off by enemy artillery. Or they just marched over here and they were in range of all the enemy infantry. Jusko here surprisingly being very patient. I thought he would have engaged England by now. We've got some English skirmishers firing in, just sort of poking the bear a bit. It seems like he can move forward safely. I mean, France, Spain, or France or Spain over there, England and Spain, my bad, is hovering way back. If he moves forward, Jusko has plenty of time to pull back. But he probably doesn't want to pull back because of the English artillery over here that has the right flank covered. And obviously if he moves up, that puts his infantry at greater risk of being killed and routed. Although if he just shifts his army over here, he can use the hill and buildings as protection and take pretty much all enemy artillery out of the equation. Now we got England, Polska, England, Portugal. Yeah, my factions right here. They charge forth. They've lost a couple of cab there, but you know, France has them covered. That French unit over there is gone. England needs to move those guys away from the enemy infantry. So the artillery hit them before. Those guys getting back up. Alright, so after that first big skirmish, everything's quieted down. Alright, England, Portugal has moved up. And there's engaged in a street fight here with the French. And he's drawn Drusco forward a bit. Okay. And Spain, England, Spain here moving up. Yeah, I know shooting in the enemy's back is sort of dishonorable, but there's just something really satisfying about it in this game. And Drusco's not confident he can win the street fight. He's pulled out of it. Nice artillery hit there. Drusco might be kicking himself for getting drawn into that. Okay guys, we're back, and things are heating up here between Drusco and England. Two on one here. Notice the English unit doesn't have the quality to go toe to toe here with two French units. Yeah, a few fell there. Quite a few. Now, the enemy infantry here should protect most of Drusco's line. If he gets in and starts to engage England, Portugal and Spain heavily. He might need the support of his ally though to hold the flank, and here comes Flanders now. Got cannonballs there bouncing over the hills, over the heads of his troops. These units here must be on the edge of their range. Looking at the map, this is where the closest engagement is right now. Nothing happening much to the north. No, this is unusual. In previous patches, the main weakness of England was their shooting range was always like 5 yards less than that of pretty much any other unit or enemy. Because before, I didn't see any French units firing, except this one now. Alright, these four here need to move up. He's being shot by artillery still. Talk about threading the needle, eh? So look. Light casualties. That is the enemy general there, in the distance, just in front of the building. That's a nice line there. And they killed a few. I wonder what Flanders is up to. If he's marching to the left flank of Drusco, he's got a long march ahead of him. And Drusco's unit here is being pounded heavily. You can't take too many hits like that. We got the line, bits and pieces of infantry stretched all over the map here. Well, looks like Drusko's saying screw it, going in, ignoring the artillery threat. Potentially he can win that fight, but obviously the morale of his units need to hold. And to do that, he needs the enemy artillery to hit their mark as few as possible. Some gaps opening up, mainly for the artillery to fire through. Of course, them bunching up like this, and this could be why Drusko's moving in right now. Makes it easier to outnumber the enemy force. The trailers cannot form square. There's a cav unit eyeing that gap, potentially looking for a charge into them. Yeah, 2 units there can't form a square. England's coming at him from the small village here. So the cav unit charging in. Oh, nice charge. He got into their ranks somehow. These guys here out of formation. Taking their time, aren't they?
Our men are running for them.
France had some success there, the melee fight, and has the enemy on the run. How far will he press his advantage? No, he's going to take the W and walk away with it. Over here though, he's being aggressive. So England did try to charge through that gap after all into the units that couldn't form square. I don't think he'll get there in time. It seemed like he was going to try and bayonet charge the general, or even take a shot at the general there for a second. Well, Drusko's units here need to run. They got to pursue the enemy. One of his units here has these guys anchored and occupied. He can shoot them straight from the flank, which he is doing now, but getting closer just allows him to get more hits, get more kills, you know? Okay, he's going to pull back, use the building as cover. And UK.Portugal's ally here, England and Spain, is pulling back. It kind of looks like UK.Portugal didn't get the memo, because he's not falling back with him. And these are Drusko's units here. If these guys keep falling back, he can easily swing left and outflank the enemy. Could be what he's going to do. I mean, that's what I would do. UK.Portugal's got to fall back here. He's being exposed. Got cav units from the French charging up. Don't know what their final target is. There's an artillery piece here they're going to go after. They broke their own cav. That's funny. But they also broke the artillery just at the end there.
Our men are running for them.
I don't know what this cav's moving forward for. And Drusko's generally here, so close to the front. Okay, the Spanish player's coming back. Not a moment too soon. Oh, Drusko, what happened, mate? You're killing your own cav, you're doing more damage than the enemy is. Oh, that was a hard volley too. Not easy to come back from.
running, sir.
Okay, he went after the general, he got caught on the square. That's just what happened there. Cavs charging in. These guys cannot form a square. Now, there's a good opportunity here for England to counter-attack. Charge these guys with their melee troops bayonet charging. That's what I'm trying to say fast there. Support the cavalry charge. Driscoll is trying to form up, but it looks like England's got him. Oh shoot! Jeez, like 10 men went down there. Just from the one volley. The Fusiliers Guard Royale. Jeez, I'll bring them next time. Obviously extremely deadly at close range. And Drew's center here. He's on the verge of breaking. Ah, but he blinks. He blinks and he starts falling back.
Our men are running, sir.
Enemy artillery drives back the cavalry of the French Ostrike player. Autriche and Polska haven't seen too much action, and it looks like the English-Spanish forces are calling back their allies, trying to regroup. I half feel like UK.Portugal here is getting left behind. It seems like Druska sees an opportunity here to destroy his opponent, and he's pressing hard to make sure it happens. This could be a folly. There's good flanking fire.
Our men are running.
It is enough to break them, but the two units he bayonet charged in before have also broken. Now these three units here are being outflanked. These two should join forces with the English-Spanish. And then, you know, there's 5 on 3 there. Those two English units would easily overwhelm and destroy this one, these chasseurs, after a few volleys at that range. Despite being outnumbered, Drusko is pressing forth.
Our men are running, sir.
He's being very hyper-aggressive. The English general here very close to the action. If he charged here for the sole reason of getting to the enemy's general, then it was a genius charge, because essentially he's done it. Who knows, he might be able to kill a general here if England doesn't pull him out first. The French Grenadiers here, they smashed a hole through the English ranks. They're seeking to make the hole a bit wider. These guys here need to put more pressure on them. It's a shame, Drusko really needed these guys to stay in the fight a bit longer. In desperation he charged in these chasseurs, but it's too late. Flanders moving up with Cav as well, going after the enemy general. No, he turned the wrong way. He's turning back. Oh, jeez. Units sometimes do that. It's a real pain in the ass when that happens. UK.Portugal here, general's gone. The units here are still good. He's still in this fight. But yeah, that happens sometimes. You select a unit to target and attack, and sometimes units will divvy away from them, like peel away at the last second, and then turn back into attack. I don't know why they do that, but sometimes they do. It can cost you. And with one little strike there from Flanders, it sent UK.Portugal reeling backwards. A deadly punch. And he's wavering on his feet. Yeah, I think Drusko's moving in for the knockout blow. Now this English-Spanish player here needs to fall back to the rest of his teammates. He has to fall back. He can't stay here. This battle here is done. Now, UK.Portugal did get a few kills here on Drusko. He has significantly weakened Drusko's forces. But Flanders, Ostrich and Polska, most of their armies are still largely intact, as are Austria and this Spanish player over here, as well as the other one over here as well. He hasn't been in the fight too much. UK.Portugal by far has seen the most action up until this point, which is weird because we've got 17 minutes to go and this is a 50-minute game. So his other teammates here taking a little time to sort out their plans of attack. I guess everyone was happy to sit and watch Drusko's battle there themselves. Alright guys, we're back briefly because I saw this player here move forward. I don't know why he's doing this. He's got moving up with 4 units. We got obviously 5 French in front of him, 5 French on his left flank, 3 more, actually 5 more, actually, sorry, I count the artillery there as 5. 4 infantry on his right flank. Now, France is already moving in to outflank him. He's not even engaging him with the front line. This front line he should be moving forward in tandem with the right flank. It looks like I got on slow-mo. That strategy was guaranteed to fail from the start. Now it looks like he's being marched upon. And right on cue, we see most of Ostrich's army here move forward. All these are his forces here. These 3 units need to be moving up. Maybe just move them up in this direction here and then wheel them right afterwards, you know? He's also got the artillery here, but they're not firing on these guys as far as I can tell. Okay, now they are. Or he's shifting their accuracy, or shifted their shot. Shifting their target, dude, I can't speak. Alright. Well, Ostrich is already holding back here because we've got an artillery up here. But that building has got to work against him. I mean, if France moves up fast enough, they should be able to get behind that building and start pushing the English back here as well, you know? Now it looks like the game here is getting a little bit jittery. I've seen it happen a few times of late.
We have taken a building, sir.
That's weird. He charged forth. The English charged their cap to try and save their artillery. And then he slowed down and it made it look like he's going to fall back. And this player thought, okay, he's leaving now, I can withdraw. And once he saw him do that, he charged in straight away. That's why you don't take your eye off your enemy. Now, 1 unit broke. It might have been the artillery crew. Can't see it. Yeah, still can't see. So yeah, we've got Drusko and Flanders making their way across. Or Flandries. Maybe I'm saying it wrong the whole time. Polska has gone way to the south. He's marching all the way down here. He's sending out 1 unit to join his ally to outflank the enemy. 1 unit is enough. As long as it's one of his better ones. English centre here is struggling a little bit. Now England here is trying to outflank France, but he's being a bit premature here with this formation. Man, this unit we gotta get some nice shots on this one. long before the other two set up and fire. Okay, it's falling back for now. Portugal still has some cavalry in play, as does England. Portugal looks like he's feeling a bit confident. The Ulari, a good unit, a good Portugal unit here. Should be enough to actually take these guys on. Yep. 1, 2, done. And now he's got free reign amongst the enemy's ranks if he wants it. Could be going after the enemy artillery. He's got his infantry marching in. At the same time, he's looking to cause chaos here in the rear ranks. Jeez. Will we see a domino effect? They're so close to breaking. The Polish infantry seems to be too far away. I don't know if they're close enough. I don't think they are. They're not moving forwards. Oh, the opportunity was there. He just didn't time it right. If he had the infantry in place at the same time he charged, this entire line here would be routed by now. Great idea, right move, wrong timing. This unit here was moved to outflank his enemy before. It's being double teamed and now broken. So he got caught in that battle over there against Austria and forgot about this unit until it was too late, unfortunately. It looks like. Now, France here appears to outnumber his rival. And Portugal's charging in. He's looking to finish the job. We've got a bunch of skirmishers moving in, looking to club the enemy to death. What will they do? It'd be funny if they shot this guy in the back. Possibly this charged into him, but it wasn't enough. I thought Austria was moving back to reform and he was getting ready to face Portugal, but obviously Portugal just charged into him and Austria's infantry just couldn't handle it. Like, where's the rest of the Austrian army? This can't be it. Most of it might have been cavalry that was wiped out earlier in the first engagement. And they've got the France Ostrich. Oh, and a potential charge on the line. England forming square. These guys here aren't, and so they're charging into them instead. Okay. He lost them. French here though, he's being overpowered. Hey, Pulse's unit came back to him. Okay, Austria's right flank is entirely collapsed. His left flank is about to be surrounded. England coming back here with a vengeance. France's forces here are in two different sections. Either one can be easily outflanked, surrounded and overwhelmed. England has no choice but to press forward and try to destroy France before Polska arrives. Polska's closing in on his rear fast. In desperation, he's turning around 2 units to try and face and beat back Polska. Okay, that's 1 down. We've got 2 other units coming around there. His other reinforcements are moving away from him. This is a good unit. I mean, it's already almost broken 2 units. But what's Polska going to do about these 2? Okay, he's pulling back. Polska's moving over to support Drusko's and Flanders' attack over here. Yeah, so Drusko and Flanders just has to be patient, and let Polska do his thing in the rear. We'll see the entire perimeter start to collapse once Polska starts moving in on the remaining forces over here, after he's taken out these 2. And Polska's not wasting any time, he's charging straight in. I guess he thought he did the same thing in Austria, then he should be able to do the same thing here, but England's having none of it. They've beaten back 1 unit that's tried it. We've got 3 more. Might be trying to do the same thing. Yeah, he's trying to do the same thing. See, he's talking about giving England a second chance here. Come on. That's 2 strikes now. Are we going to see the 3rd strike? Well, this unit got into their ranks. France is charging in with some cav. And Drusko's cav. So that didn't go the way I expected it at all. I thought Polska was going to form up his infantry and start shooting into England. I mean, he had him outnumbered before, but England sent his units packing and he charged in. He tried to bayonet charge him again. I think Drusko's going to go for his general. He's within reach. They're confident but very tired.
Our men are running.
Oh, they broke. They broke before they could kill the general. Bloody hell, so close yet so far. That was a strange move from Polska to go and reinforce Drusko and Flanders. I felt he should have pressed his attack here. He could have helped Ostrich destroy his opponent entirely, and then move to help the remaining allies. I mean, I think he had him dead to rights, but he pulled back. Seven on 3. Why is France toying with this guy? His general is still alive. France here should be ruthless against the English Spanish player. I feel like he's treating him with kid gloves here at the moment.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
Oh, together, both Drusko and Flanders are wearing down their opponent. This cav unit is charging into the thick of the fighting. He's not even trying to run around and surprise the English general in the rear there. I mean, he might try and charge in, and then if he breaks through, he'll try and charge the general next. Well, it's looking good. The way is clear. The general's broken anyway.
Our men are running, sir.
Ooh, yeah. Let's try to get a nice shot, nice close-up, press the wrong button. He needs to charge and destroy these guys, make sure they don't come back. France is moving to take the building. Now it's just a bit of a wait. Bit of a wait to the end. England's just in trouble. Pulse is coming up. He's got a unit back here. I think it's moving this way, but it's just going to take their time before they get here, unfortunately. Draw. So the time of year must have run out. Fancy that. But obviously Drusko and his team there at 1 were going to win that one. So well done to him. Drusko here getting 1017. Trant of Magius 877. Isaias 1183. Stan 613. Nicotine Reliance 1053. Screaming Emu 570. Huxley 862. And Clarky Boy on 272. Alright, kill counts here range from 199, which belong to Voltigeurs. Okay. 2 units there getting over 100 kills. The rest range from 86 to zip. Alright. Thank you to Drusko for sending me the replay. If you want to see your own replay featured here on this channel, guys, you can send it to my email at ScoutsOfEntertainment@gmail.com. You can post it to me directly on Discord via direct message. You can join my Discord server Scouts Reconnaissance and post it there. Or you can simply tag me in the replay you post on the NTW3 Discord or Lord's Discord. This is Micka from Scouts of Entertainment signing off. Fall out, my fellow Scout Troopers. Catch you in the next Total War battle.